Hi YouTube, Luminousz Star here. Welcome to my channel, Luminousz Star. At the end of the video, guys, please hit the like and or subscription button. This is your first time visiting, welcome. And to current subscribers, mwah, thank you so much for your subscription. Guys, I'm going to be answering a question today from a current subscriber, Kitty J. Thank you, Kitty J, for your excellent question and your awesome comment. Which reminds me, at the end of the video, please leave me comments and questions. Okay guys, this is my attempt to answer the question. This question is pertaining to multiple narcissists in your life. Well, what the subscriber Kitty J wanted to know, and I'm paraphrasing the question, is it possible to have more than one narcissist, okay, in your life? And I'm kind of paraphrasing the question. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give 3 points in my answer, and I'm also going to give 3 examples. Okay? Now, here we go. First of all, codependents and empaths usually have more than one narcissist in their life. And this can be for the duration of, like say, the duration could be maybe for 10 years, a couple of decades even. But sure enough, usually if a person finds that they have multiple narcissists in their lives, right now they could be 30 years old. The person who discovers this, right? Or when they wake up and they realize that, oh my goodness, I have more than one narcissist in my life right now. I'm 40 years old, I'm 50, 60, whatever the age is. And the reason why I'm bringing up the age is because more than likely, starting from childhood, they had narcissists in their lives. Now, what I want to say about that, and again, this is my first point, codependents and empaths usually have more than one narcissist in their life. That is my first point, right? Example to that first point is a person who is an empath, which I think they have awesome traits. They're beautiful people, right? Codependents who have a little bit more capacity than those around them to have relationships where they are supportive, where they are givers. I'll put it like that. Codependents usually have a little bit more capacity than most people around them in their lives to give themselves in a relationship. So codependents and empaths are people who usually feel deeply. You know, like you can walk into a room, an empath can walk into a room and not know anyone in there personally, but they can feel what people are feeling. You know, they can feel like if somebody's sad or if somebody is very angry, or, you know, they can feel that. Empaths can pick up the energy of other people. And they usually can tell pretty much what type of spirit those individuals have. Those are empaths. So you guys stay with me now. So my first point again is that codependents and empaths usually have more than one narcissist in their life because it started from childhood. Okay, it was a subconscious, in their subconscious mind there was a terrible and a very toxic type of programming that was downloaded, right, in their subconscious mind from an adult who was a narcissist, more than likely a narcissistic parent. And usually codependents and empaths start to deal, unfortunately, with narcissists in their life from childhood. So usually, you know, right now, say the person is 35, 40, you know, and all of a sudden they realize, oh my goodness, I have all of these narcissists around me. I may have, you know, 2, 3, 4, 10. And it's usually because, yes, starting from their childhood, they had narcissists in their life. Now, I'm not saying this is always the case. I'm saying that, you know, and first of all, I'm speaking from experience because in my childhood, that's where it all started. My dealing with narcissists when I was a child. From the research I've done, from the many military veterans I have interacted with, and from other people I have interacted with, that's been the case. narcissists were in their lives at childhood, during their childhood. Okay, so that again, my first point is codependents and empaths usually have narcissists in their lives right during their childhood. So it is not uncommon, it is not a far stretch that they continue to have narcissists in their lives, even if it's pockets, pockets of their lives. What I mean by pockets is that the individual who says, oh my goodness, I have more than one narcissist in my life, and they really can't recall ever feeling that or thinking that before, right? It's like they just discover it now, but they're 40 years old, they're 30 years old, 50 years old, right? They're no longer a child, but now they're thinking, oh my goodness, I have all these narcissists in my life. And pockets, I'm talking about at work. They may, figure, oh my goodness, my supervisor is awful. They're a narcissist, right? But they may not necessarily be married to an individual. They may not have a romantic, they may not be romantically involved with a narcissist, but they see pockets, certain areas in their life, right? They work with narcissists. They may have a supervisor as a narcissist. They may be partnering with a narcissist, for business purposes. But in their personal life, it may not be clear to them that narcissists are there as well. But most of the time it is. They just haven't seen it yet. It's not clear to them yet that narcissists are also in their personal life, not just in their professional life. Whether they're going to school, whether they're working on projects. I'm talking about outside the constructs of the home. This individual who says, I have more than one narcissist in my life, they may not necessarily recognize who the narcissists are in their personal life, such as their family, yet. But they notice it like in their professional life, right? I hope that makes sense. But again, the first point, I just want to recap. Yes, empaths and codependents usually have more than one narcissist in their life. Point number 2, right? Now, this is when I want to talk about the subconscious mind. Point number 2 is the reason being, one of the reasons that I have learned, right? Well, first of all, from personal experience, but also from research and interacting with others who absolutely had narcissists in their lives since childhood, right? Okay, what I have found is that when it comes to the subconscious mind, this is where the narcissistic parents downloads toxic, information into the child's subconscious mind, right? So the child will be set up, if you, and this is very difficult for me to talk about. I did a video about this, but it's difficult because it's just, to me, it's tragic. What happens is when that information is being downloaded into the child's subconscious mind by the narcissistic parent, what happens is that that child is being set up to be a magnet for narcissists for the duration of his or her life. They are a magnet for all the predators on the planet. So no matter how old that child gets, the child goes into adolescence and adulthood, onto adulthood, that child is going to, that information, the programming that has been downloaded, that child will grow to act out that programming. Therefore, attracting narcissists, attracting abusive behaving people, being attracted to narcissists as well. See, it's going to go the other way around. And also, this is how those children are taught to be enablers. They are taught to be codependents, and they are taught to be, again, magnets for all the predators on the planet. They are taught to be codependents and enablers, right? Again, magnets for predators such as narcissists out in the world. So no matter where they go on the planet, no matter how many years go by, as they progress on with their lives, they're going to continue to have narcissists in their life. So I hope everybody's still with me, right? I hope this makes sense to some of you, because I know when I finally got that, it hit me like a lightning bolt. When I finally got that, because that didn't click for me, right? For quite some time. But when I started to heal, when I started to do some personal work, when I started going to groups, support groups, and when I started putting a hole and reclaiming my life and putting a hole on my life and say, this is my life, so I'm going to heal. And during my healing process, yes, that's when that information came to me. And of course, interacting with others who had the same background that I do, you know, and I resonate with them and they resonate with me. And this is how I come to learn that, wait a minute, I've had narcissists in my life, seemingly like all the stages of my life, is because it started when I was a child. So my third and final point is, guys, I want you to know, and you probably can tell this is difficult for me to talk about. I've come a long ways though, but it's difficult for me to talk about because this is, when I'm speaking about this, these are some of my experiences. Because again, when that information is downloaded into a child's subconscious mind, it does a lot of damage. Matter of fact, whenever a narcissist is a part of the relationship, it's going to be some damage done. And unfortunately, a lot of children who have narcissistic parents, this is what's happening. A lot of damage is being done. And sometimes it's decades later before they realize they've been surrounded by narcissists. Because it started when they were parents. They got the subconscious programming, right? And they play it out. They don't know it. They don't realize it until maybe later. So more than likely, if you're noticing that there's more than one narcissist in your life, when an individual notice that, if they keep healing and they keep moving forward and they keep, I don't want to say they're looking for it, but if they keep digging and they keep sorting and filtering through the layers of trauma, they will find that it started when they were children. And there was a narcissistic parent that had a lot to do with that. They started that ball rolling. They started that. That's where the seed was planted. So as they get older, then it dawns on them, oh my goodness, I've had these narcissists in my life. You know, some of the friends that I chose, they really weren't my friends because some of them were narcissists. The person I married, or a person that I was married to, and we're divorced now, but this was a narcissist. And see, it just, you know, when you become more conscious, just information comes to you. And that's what happened with me. And I want to say that I ended up a lot better off after that. So even though it's a little bit difficult for me to talk about this, but I've come a long way. Okay, so again, my third and final part, and I didn't mean to get off, you know, off the subject a little bit or off track a little bit, but I really want you guys to know that it's a little bit difficult for me to talk about, but I've come far enough that I'm able to speak candidly about it and to hopefully help other people, you know, and bring some awareness to this. Okay, so third and final point is, it is so important to love yourself, to take care of yourself. That's going to go a long way. Be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't say, oh my goodness, you know, I have all these narcissists in my life and it's my fault. No, it's not. Even though as an adult, we are responsible for our lives. We are responsible for making choices. We are responsible for that. Yes, but you're not responsible for when the narcissist chooses to injure you, narcissistically injure you, or do some other crap. You're not responsible for that because they choose to do that. However, we are responsible for what we're going to do about it and how we're going to respond. And one of the best ways I found to respond is to take care of myself, continue to grow, keep myself open to that so I can grow, so I can continue to move forward regardless of what the narcissist has done, right? So that's my third and final step. My third and final point. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Find whatever it is about yourself that you absolutely respect, love, like. I hope it's a lot. Okay? So that's my third and final point. it is so vital to take care of yourself and be gentle with yourself. Because if you have multiple narcissists in your life, you have been, yes, narcissistically injured. You have been abused. However, I hope you don't think you've been a victim. I hope you don't think that. I hope you guys don't think that. Because I know for me, when I was a child, because I was subjected to narcissistic injury and various forms of abuse at the hands of abusive and narcissistic parents, that's the only time in my life I was a victim. Because I was a child subjected to that horror. Since then, no, I'm not a victim. No, I'm not. Okay? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Whew, we got through it, right? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got a lot out of it. And Kitty J, again, thank you so much for the question. Awesome question. And to all of you, take care of yourself. Mwah.